What is up, awesome people of the internet? Hello, hello, hello. I hope y'all are doing great. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Um, yeah, I hope y'all are having a good week so far. Happy New Year to everyone. We got a lot to talk about today, guys. We're gonna first start off talking about Iowa and their game against Michigan State. And how this game really was the talk of the town. It seemed for a couple reasons. One, that amazing shot by Caitlin Clark, and two, because maybe the refs cheated for Iowa? Question mark? Question mark? We'll get into that. In this video. But first, I do just want to say hello. I hope y'all are doing great. Happy, again, happy Wednesday. Awesome people of the internet. We are back, y'all. I hope I don't sound too terrible. I'm not like 100% back, but yeah. This Michigan State versus Iowa game was too good for me not to talk about. So that's why I wanted to hop on and talk about it real quick. What up, James? How you doing? All right, so we're gonna get into this Iowa game, and Michaela says, "Hey, Quita, just to let you know, considering your title, I'm about to argue and disagree with you." That's okay. That's okay. You know, that's this this channel we here for we're here for agreement, disagreement, all that good stuff. So I'm here for it. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. Yeah, it was super sus. Yes, James. Completely agree. We're gonna get into it. What up, Nolan? What up? What up? Yo, what up, Fernando? What up? RC in the building. What up, RC? RC says, I'm hoping you're feeling better. The kid is happy over here. Yes, I know you're happy. Your Bruins are doing well, and your Hawkeyes are doing well. So shout out RC. Oh, Kimmy is watching from London. Wow, UK in the house. Kimmy, thank you so much for watching. What time is it in London? Like, jeez. Wow. Fernando is watching from Canada. Shout out Canada. Shout out. JR said, of course they're gonna help Iowa. Yeah, so let's get into this game. Let's get into this game. So as we know, Iowa beat Michigan State 76-73. Now, probably the most memorable part of the game was the game winning shot, which you know, Caitlin Clark has ice in her veins, all that good stuff. She did her patented sort of step to the side or slight step back and hit that 3-point shot, and it was over from there. But I do want to talk about more than just that amazing shot by Caitlin Clark, because I think there's just some stuff that in general the NCAA really needs to look at, because some stuff is just wild and you just cannot allow certain plays to just happen, and there not be some sort of feedback given to refs. So let's get into this. Let's get into it. So we're gonna first start off talking about the game winning shot. So let's move over to take a look at the shot. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at the final shot that got Iowa the dub. Let's take a look at that.
Not a Clark. Step back, free at the buzzer.
Bang, 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 bang. Man, y'all see that crowd? Sold out crowd in Iowa. It's like a slight step back, step to the side, and she like, I'm here. Y'all, you gotta admit, that was amazing. You gotta admit, y'all. You gotta admit that was insane. That was truly insane. Ice in her veins. Caitlin Clark does it again. This isn't the first time she had a game winner. Certainly won't be the last. You know, she does her thing, put her team on her back. They were severely struggling out there, and she made it happen. Caitlin Clark made it happen. And yeah, this was the talk of the town. It was everywhere. ESPN was talking about it. CBS News was talking about it. Like, oh my goodness. It was everywhere. And I feel like everything just sort of like was focused around the shot, which was amazing. That I think a lot of people don't even know how Iowa even got in this situation. Because first of all, Iowa was supposed to destroy Michigan State. You know, this was not supposed to be a close game at all. But overall, Iowa didn't play a good game. They really didn't. They really didn't play a good game at all. They did get the dub, which, you know, it's important to, you know, if you want to be a great team, you need to learn how to win without playing your best. And that's what Iowa did, which was great, you know. But the thing that really helped Iowa get the win was Caitlin Clark doing everything for this team. You know, this wasn't like, you know, Caitlin Clark was, was able to get the rest of her teammates involved and have it be like one of her normal games. It wasn't. You know, Caitlin Clark had 40 points in this game. She had 1 rebound, which is like the lowest I've ever seen Caitlin Clark rebound the ball. She had 6 turnovers, 5 assists, and she was 8 of 20 from the 3-point line. 14 of 34 total for the game. And I saw a lot of people online that was, you know, talking about Caitlin Clark and like how she's extremely inefficient and all this other stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, let's actually talk about Caitlin Clark and her averages, right? Because if we're gonna talk about how she's quote unquote inefficient, let's get into her actual stats, because I think they stack up very, very well against, you know, other players around the country. Caitlin Clark right now, she's averaging 31 points a game. She's averaging 31 points a game. She's doing just about everything for her team. She's playing just about every single minute for her team. And in terms of 3-pointers, she is averaging 40. She's 40% from the 3-point line. And if you put that against another player, she holds her own. Caitlin Clark holds her own against just about anybody in the NCAA. So let me pull up her stats, and we're gonna get into it because they're good. So for the people who be talking all this stuff about Caitlin Clark and how she's extremely inefficient, she's a volume shooter. Yes, sometimes she's really on, sometimes she's really off, but on average, she's very good, very, very good. And you can't not admit that. So let's take a look at Caitlin Clark's stats. You know, so Let me zoom in a little bit. There we go. So, as I said, averaging 31 points a game, uh, 48% from the field. So this is the most efficient she's been in college so far. This year is the most efficient she's been. 48%, which is very, very good. Um, and we take a look at, 3-point percentage, 40%. This is rivaling her freshman year when she was also 40% from the field. Like, yes, she does have some really off games sometimes, but for the most part, she's putting up some really good stats. Even the game, even the game against Michigan State, she's 41%, not the best, but absolutely not the worst, and 40% from the 3-point line. And if you were to just take a look at how, if you just take a look at field goal percentage in general, yes, Caitlin Clark is not high up there when you're looking at all of the NCAA players. She doesn't. She's not even in the top 50 field goal percentages in the country. However, when you look at her usage rate compared to everybody else, she's about the best when it comes to a player who is shooting as much as she is, and also just the sheer amount of points that she just makes. So this is for sure a thing that I just wanted to. I know there's a lot of conversation about Caitlin Clark and how efficient or inefficient she is. I just wanted to say that, her stats, yes, sure, she can be more of a efficient shooter, but overall, she's not bad. She's not bad. So but of course, when she goes to the WNBA, the hope is that Indiana would teach her how to sort of select to do a better job at shot selection, mainly because she will have better players to work with, and the idea that she won't have to do it all on her own. So the likelihood is that she'll just become a better shooter, or in terms of percentage wise in general, once she goes to the WNBA, because she will be working with better players and she won't have to put the team on her back the way she sort of does right now. So I did just want to mention that. But I also wanted to talk about something that has been making the rounds. And even Don Staley has talked about it. The idea that the refs maybe made a big mistake and or cheated to get Iowa that win. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that right now. So there was what I'm calling a big time mistake. People are saying, other people are calling it like the refs cheated. I am not gonna put that on them. I will say this was a huge mistake by the refs. And Don Staley was right. Don Staley sent out a tweet after the game, and she was right, y'all. Regardless of what y'all think about Don Staley, regardless of what y'all think about South Carolina, you have to call a spade a spade. Don Staley was right. All right, so let's look at her tweet. All right, let's look at Don Staley's tweet, and we're gonna get into it because honestly, she's right. She's right. Okay. Oh, excuse me for 1 second. I got a cough. All right. All right. So, hold on. Let me pull this up. All right. So here's Don Staley's tweet. So Don Staley after the game, she posted. Also, I am on Twitter, y'all. If y'all see that right here, I am on Twitter, and I'm starting to do go live simultaneously on Twitter. So if y'all want to follow me on Twitter, I got like basically nobody following me because I didn't tell anybody that I'm on Twitter. But yeah, if y'all can follow me on Twitter, that'd be great. At Quita Love Sports. Anyway, here's what Don Staley wrote. She said, "Heck of a shot, but give the game ball to the ref for the shooting foul call." And y'all, she was right. Don Staley was right. And I know some of y'all don't like me to say that, but I call it how it is. But yeah, I'm gonna show the clip of what happened. It was basically Molly Davis was she did a pump fake at the 3-point line, like she's about to shoot a three. She got ran into, but before she did that, she was putting the ball on the floor, and they called that a shooting foul, and it wasn't. It wasn't a shooting foul. Like it was that was a foul. Yes, 100%. That was a foul. That was a horrible foul. But it was a foul that should have only resulted in two shots, not three. Or I'm not even sure if Michigan State was even in the bonus. I can't even remember. But yeah, so she shouldn't have had three shots. But before I show the clip, I do want to just see what y'all saying. Let's see. RC says Don picking on role players on our team all because she mad we took them out last year in the Final Four. I mean, regardless of I do not declare to know anyone else's motivation, but I'ma just say this. Regardless of Don Staley's motives, she was right, RC. Come on now. She was right. RC also says, now what I will say is this: the call could be perceived as questionable. What? But coming from Don, I don't know if she should have jumped on this call. Oh man. Yeah, they were. Y'all. I'm just gonna go through some of these comments because some of these comments I thought was pretty funny. I thought it was pretty funny. People said Iowa lives rent free in Don Staley's head. This person said kind of like I'm just saying, like, some of these comments I was like, man. Oh man, sour grapes. But y'all, she was right though. And this person killed me with this tweet. It says, still tweeting through the pain, huh? Like it was like Iowa fans, or I'm assuming these are Iowa fans, were having a field day with what Don Staley said, y'all. But again, Don Staley was right. She was right. And then of course, has to tweet the final score. And then y'all, this got 13,000 views, 200 likes, y'all. And in case you wanted to watch it one more time, like some of these comments, I thought were someone still a little salty about last March. Like some of these comments, y'all, it was funny. It was straight up funny. I gotta admit, y'all, it was funny. But still, even with that being funny, Don Staley was still right. She was still right, y'all. She was still right. Antonio says everybody could see that. Jan Michael says, I agree, Don was technically correct, but she should have stayed out of it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but at the same time, you know, Don Staley does whatever Don Staley wants to do. So, you know. Yeah, and she didn't make them either. She didn't make them either. Oh, they weren't in the bonus, so she wouldn't even got those. Yeah. Glenn says Don Staley seems jealous her program isn't the notoriety. You think so? I mean, I think South Carolina is the, you know, they're the number one team. They're the team to beat. Sure, they don't have the best player in the country on their team like Iowa does with Caitlin Clark, but South Carolina has a ton of notoriety. At least when I am looking online for women's basketball content, I see a lot of South Carolina. So I don't know. Yeah, I agree. The game definitely would have gone to a different direction if the refs didn't do their job correctly. So here's the thing. I'm not even saying that Michigan State would have won the game. I'm saying because if the refs just called that a regular foul, which it was, instead of a shooting foul, and Iowa had the ball, who's to say that they don't make a quick 2-pointer and it still be the same score? But I'm saying that call in particular wasn't a good one. It wasn't a good one. Aren't coaches fined for criticizing refs? I thought so. I thought they were, but maybe not. RC isn't on Twitter. RC, I was expecting to see your tweet underneath Don's comments. I was expecting to see your tweet. Iowa act like they won a chip tough. Oh man. But yeah, let's actually watch the play. Let's watch the play. And then yeah, let me pull up the play and let's talk about it. All right. Give me 1 second, guys. All right. All right. While I am grabbing this. Uh-oh. While I'm grabbing this, y'all, let me know what y'all thought about all these comments. oh my goodness. RC says, Quita, I call her Don bitterly now. Oh my goodness, RC. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. But, you know, hey, RC, it's looking like South Carolina might win the whole thing. So your team may end up facing South Carolina, and it won't look too good for y'all if y'all face them this year, because they ain't like they was last year. I'm just saying. All right, let's get into let's watch the clip. All right, so this is the clip. So Kate Martin passes it to Molly Davis. Molly pump fakes, brings it down, gets fouled. So bad foul, but not a shooting foul. They're gonna show the replay. Look at this. Pump fake. Almost bounce. She was going down. Like that was not a shooting foul. That didn't act of shooting at all. At all. look at the ref. Try to explain, but how can you explain that though? How can you explain that? That wasn't a foul. I mean, that wasn't a shooting foul. That wasn't a shooting foul, you know? I'm just saying. I'm just saying that wasn't a shooting foul. So if someone could take a look at that clip I just showed, and let me know if you disagree. If you think this was a shooting foul after watching that clip I just showed, let me know. Because I really don't know how anybody can look at this and say that this was a shooting foul. Let's look at it again, and I'm gonna check the comments and see if anybody can put together a coherent argument that makes this into a shooting foul. So we're gonna look at it again. We're gonna look at it again, but Connor says, how did one of the other refs not catch that? Well, because the refs didn't look at the at a review of this. Look at the side. Let's hold on. Let me pause this and go back. Look at where this happened at. There's no other refs that had a close enough eye on that shot, but this ref right here. She was the only ref that was close enough to actually truly be able to really call that. So I think that's why the other refs didn't catch it, because again, I've been doing ref training, and one of the things is they tell refs to focus on your area. Like, yes, a ref can technically catch something that a mistake that another ref made, but for the most part, this shot was her priority. It was not the other ref's priority. The other refs, maybe one was probably focused specifically on what was happening on the baseline. You had the third ref on the opposite side of the court. Like, they couldn't see that. They couldn't see that. So I think it's hard not to catch it. It's hard to catch it in real time because it wasn't reviewed. So, is that a reviewable call? I thought it could be, but they didn't review it, so I'm not actually sure. Maybe they just assumed that that ref, who I think could have been the head ref in that game. I think they just assumed that she made the right call. RC says, I see it now. Let's see. Yeah, I agree. Her body was moving towards the left, clearly indicating she was not shooting. Her legs were, yep. Yes. Yeah. I mean, refs can catch it, but it wasn't necessarily the ref's priority. Yeah, it was pretty messed up for Michigan State. Pretty messed up. And they played such a good game. Shout out to Michigan State. Like, they played way better than we expected, and Iowa played way worse than at least I expected. Oh, and RC admits it. Y'all, RC admits it. RC said Don Staley was right. Yeah, Glow, you're right. Yep. The only reason it's a shooting foul is because the ref said so. Yep. Yeah, it was a bad call. Bad call. Bad call. Oh yeah, Jan Michael agrees. Yep. The others were officiating their primary coverage areas. Yep. So while they it's a chance that they could have caught it, but I feel like if they did catch that, they would have corrected her. But it wasn't their primary focus. So so you can't blame the other refs. Now you can blame this ref right here. You can blame her. You cannot blame the other refs, in my opinion. Gamehack Nation says the refs cheated. Well, this ref in particular made a mistake. I'm not gonna put a cheating allegation on anybody because that is a strong allegation, y'all. That is a very strong allegation. So I am not gonna put that on anybody. But she definitely made a big mistake. Big mistake, y'all. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens, and you make a mistake. It's not unfounded for a referee to make a mistake. But it's important for them to admit their mistake and correct what happened. But clearly in this case they did not do that. Clearly they didn't do that, which was pretty unfortunate. It was pretty unfortunate. Like let's take another look at it. Let's take another look. Again, she gets that pump fake. The ref is trying to explain it, and Molly Davis, she ain't gonna say nothing. She knew she wanted to act shooting, but she's like, "Come on, let's go." She didn't want them to check it. She missed her first free throw, made the other two, but she wouldn't get any free throws. She wouldn't get any of these free throws if the ref would have made the correct call, which was a regular foul, not a shooting foul. As Iowa fans, we got really lucky because we got free throws, but they weren't really earned. Yeah. Kels said she dribbled the ball. How did she miss that? Yeah. I don't know. M says this is the same one Paige Beckers was arguing with at the NC State game in November. Wrong call or Yukon. I would just say this. I forgot this lady's name, but the Sky fans overall don't like this lady. Like zero disrespect, but she has come on the wrong side of many Sky games where we were just like, what? Come on, ref. So yeah. I agree, Connor. It's not up for debate. It's very obvious. What up, honestly? Honestly says, what it do, awesome people of the internet? Yeah, what it do? What did Don say? Well, Don said that here, let's go back to Don Staley's comment. Give me 1 second, y'all. So Don Staley, here's what she said. She said, "Heck of a shot, but give the ball game to the ref for the shooting foul call," and she was right. Because we just played the video of it, and clearly, I'm gonna just say it. Brianne, yeah, I'm gonna say this as a South Carolina fan. At least Iowa can shoot free throws because that's our Achilles heel. Yeah. Y'all are struggling. From free throws, but I'm sure Don Staley gonna run them into the ground until they get better on their free throws. It did deserve to go to overtime. Yeah. It was a bummer. It really was a bummer. Yeah. Ashy Knuckles, love that name. Ashy Knuckles says, "How is it a mistake when in your still shot and the ref is looking at the?" I'm saying it's a mistake only because one, I don't like to claim that anybody is cheating. Like I think that's, unless you actually know for a fact, I would never claim that upon anybody. And two, it is possible to get the wrong call. It is. And the only reason I say that is because, again, y'all, I've gone through lots of referee training sessions, and we actually got the opportunity to officiate a like a like at different park districts they have like it's not really a league, but it's where grown men play against each other, and it's kind of like an informal thing. But they come every week, and they make up a team, and they go against each other. We actually got an opportunity to ref one of those games, and there was at least 2 or 3 calls that I called it. I think it was like one where it was a foul. I didn't call it as it because I didn't at that split moment I didn't see it, and then they're like, "Why did you see that call?" And I'm like, "I didn't see it." But then like a little while later, as I was like going back through the play in my head, I was like, "Oh, that actually was a foul. I missed it." And there was another one where it was a, I think it was a travel, but before that it was a slight foul that I probably should have called, but I didn't. It was like I didn't notice the foul first. I noticed the travel first, and then like after the fact, I was like going back again in my head. I was like, oh wow, I think I actually did miss that. So it is possible for referees to make mistakes. Now, be it, was that the case in this situation? I hope it was. But, honestly says a ref admitted mistake. Good luck with that. Yeah. I mean, that's true because I don't believe refs are trained to ever admit a mistake. So the governing body of the refs will admit the mistake. I don't think the refs themselves will actually admit a mistake. So, I'm just saying. Let's see what else I got to say. Drew says the worst thing is that the ref is never going to let us know she was wrong. She doesn't want to be at fault of possibly interfering with the outcome of a game. It could even cause her to lose her job. Yeah, I really Jan Michael, you're the former referee. Can you weigh in on here? I don't believe refs are allowed to admit mistakes in that situation because then it sort of leads into more and more stuff. So, but former refs or current refs, if you're if that's you, let me know in the comments. Also, guys, before we continue going on, if I can ask y'all to do me a favor, if y'all get that like button, if y'all can hit the like button, that would be awesome. We have 129 people in the chat right now, and only 28 likes. If y'all get that like button, it'll really help more people find this channel. So please hit that like button, y'all. That would be awesome. But y'all, for the people who have recently joined, we are talking about Iowa versus Michigan State and how Iowa won the game by 3 points, but that the game was partially decided via a horrible call that the refs made, getting Molly Davis to the free throw line for 3 shots, calling a foul against her as a shooting foul instead of a regular common foul, which it actually was. We just watched the video of it, so if you want to watch that, just like go a little bit back in the stream and you'll be able to watch it. But yeah, that's what we're talking about right now for folks who just joined. RC says Molly Davis can score the rock, but she'd be killing me, Quita, because she can disappear on offense sometimes. yeah, I'm gonna just say this: Molly Davis can ball. Like, uh, she can ball, and she's a very good player. I like her on Iowa, but yeah, sometimes she doesn't look to score as much. She looks to defer to Caitlin Clark, which, of course, defer to your best player, but also shoot your shot. Do your thing, because Molly Davis, she's a scrappy player. She's short, but she's scrappy, and she can play, and she can hit some big time shots. So if I'm Molly Davis, I'm looking to look for my shot more, because Molly can play. And also, I will just say this: Hannah Stokey is doing a lot better. I'm gonna just say she's doing a lot better. Honestly, says check the rest bank statements. Aubrey says, have the Big Ten conference officials made a statement about the outcome of this particular game? I don't believe so. I haven't seen anything. Now, someone correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but I have not seen anything from the Big Ten refs. Because if there is an admittance of a mistake, it would be from there, basically. But I haven't seen anything. Let's see. Thomas says, just guarantees the game would have played out different. Michigan State win is not a guarantee. Yeah, it wasn't. Iowa still could have won this game. However, I think when you have mistakes like this that are not caught, and the game is over, it leaves people wondering, what if the game would have been different if the refs would have called the right call, and so that, I think in general, it's important for referees to just avoid this at all costs, and maybe put something together in the future where if it's the last minute, you're automatically reviewing stuff like this. And if you automatically review it, then you can actually catch stuff, Shanila, I think, says, hey, Quita, was doing well. Keep it up with your content towards the end of the WNBA season and beginning of NCAA, but I've definitely fell off. Any way that you could recommend catching up? Well, so we are getting into conference play right now. So I would say you could probably watch the two videos about conference play that I did. One about the Pac-12, one about SEC. But in general, I'll just give you a recap of how things are going right now. The way things are going, the Pac-12 is doing very, very well. Overall, South Carolina is dominating everything. They are just killing the game. LSU is getting back to where they likely should have been at the start of the season. Yukon had a rough stint for a couple games, but Yukon also is getting back into it. So I would say watch those two conference videos, and I would just suggest that you just watch whatever YouTube recommends. After a video is over, you'll see that YouTube, it picks a couple stuff that they think you would be interested in watching. And I would say just watch some of that, but really, we're in conference play, so I would say just watch that. Yeah, that'll catch you up. I don't want you to have to go back and watch literally all the videos, because that's too much. That's too much. But yeah, watch those conference videos though. Are they playing Iowa again? I don't remember. Yeah. Again, yeah. It was a bad shooting night for everybody. It really was. It really was. It really, really was. Jack says, I'm confused. How would the game have gone into overtime without the two made free throws when Iowa won by 3? Well, here's the thing. The reason why it could have is because we don't know. So with Molly Davis scoring those 2 points, then after that, we had Michigan State score again, and then Iowa scored, and then back and forth, and then Caitlin scored the final shot. But what I'm saying is, it still could have went to overtime, or maybe it couldn't have. Like we the thing is, we don't know. When that foul was called, the game was tied, 71-71. There was a little bit less than 30 seconds left to go in the game, and Iowa would have had the ball if it was just a regular foul called. Iowa would have had the ball. So Iowa Caitlin Clark could have made a 3. Got Iowa up by 3, and they win the game like that. They could have got a 2. They could have gone scoreless, and Michigan State could have came down the court and missed the shot. My point is, because that foul was called incorrectly, we don't truly know what the final result would have been, because everything else that happened was contingent on that call being called. Because Michigan State was down by 2, then they had to make different decisions on what shots they were going to take, and specifically what they were going to do. So, like, again, we don't know. This could have ended in a tied game. This could have ended with Michigan winning by 3. This could have ended with Iowa winning by 3. This could have ended with Iowa winning by 6. We don't know. And it's unfortunate that the refs are the story of this game. Yes, Caitlin Clark had a great 3 to win the game. But the story is, did the refs cheat? Question mark. And that's problematic. That really is problematic. Ashley Knuckles said, Queenie, do you remember that referee years ago in the NBA admitted to cheating yeah. So was that Tom Donahue or Tim Donahue or something like that? I don't know. That name sounds familiar. But yeah. Gambling for referees is a thing, but this is not me at all saying that that's what happened in this game. I don't know. No one knows besides those refs in particular. I am not claiming that at all. I am claiming that was an honest mistake. Y'all can claim whatever y'all want. I'm not claiming that it's gambling. It could have been, or it could have just been an honest mistake. Honestly says, first off, hats off to reffing. But that's why they have replay. So now y'all good. They are. So yeah, but they didn't use it. And I think maybe there's some rule changes that have to be made to ensure that in the future mistakes like this don't happen, because you catch it in replay. Lewis said, I think the whole point of Don's comments was for the NCAA to keep their eyes on the ref. Can you imagine if that was a championship game? I wonder what the fallout would be. Yes. Absolutely. That would have been that if this happens in a championship game, like, it's over. You lose credibility when stuff like this happens, especially if it's a big game. All right. Country says, did you say former refs? I did. Yeah, any former refs in the house, let me know. Also, guys, I am going to give me 1 second. I have to go and blow my nose. So hold on. I'm gonna, let's see. I'm gonna find something to play real quick while we take this brief intermission Give me 1 second, guys, because I gotta. Again, I'm not like 100% all good to go. So let's play this video that likely will not get me a copyright strike. And I'll be right back in just a sec. So watch this video and chat amongst yourselves for the next 30 seconds. All right, I'm back. All right, thank y'all for holding there a sec. As I mentioned, I am still not 100% all good to go, but I'm good enough to do live streams. Just had to take a quick break there. M says, I hope refs learn something to avoid wrong calls in the NCAA tournament. Not the time for mistakes. Facts. I completely agree. Jason says it just makes the environment of Iowa more racially charged again, just like the Angel Reese "you can't see me" thing. What do you mean? You mean because of what Don Staley said? If so, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think me and my mom, y'all, if y'all have not watched me and my mom's recap video of 2023, you should watch that because we did talk specifically about that "you can't see me" thing and like the racial stuff that was going on. So I won't really comment that much on that, but recommend y'all just watch me and my mom's video at the end of the one that we put out at the end of the year. Are we talking the same ref that was in the last championship game, LSU versus Iowa? I can't remember, actually. I can't remember if she was there. You call her Molly the Scrapster? Yeah, because she's a scrappy player. She is a scrappy player. Yeah, Hannah Stokey is doing better. She is doing better. Yep. She is doing much better. Much better. Gamecock Nation wants Iowa to go against South Carolina so South Carolina can whip them. Glenn Davis said pretty hard foul, should have been a technical. Nobody has brought this up. I wouldn't have called that a technical. Personally. If you would have called that a technical, put it in the chat. I wouldn't have called that a technical. I mean, that was a hard foul, yes, but I don't know. I wouldn't have called it a technical. Yeah. So Syracuse made some business. Syracuse, I'ma just say that Syracuse is a better team than they have gotten credit for. And if teams are smart, they're gonna make sure that they actually, game plan against Oh, that's weird. Uh, they're gonna make sure that they game plan against. Um, okay. Something's weird happening with my computer. They're gonna make sure that the game plan against Syracuse because Syracuse is a good team. Hannah Hidalgo, she's a very good player, but again, she's a freshman, so she's gonna have stuff that she needs to work through. Turnovers is one of those things, and she'll get through it, and be fine. But yeah, you know, overall, definitely wasn't the best Notre Dame game, and we're starting to see Hannah Hidalgo be an actual freshman, not just like this scoring machine. Trust Truth says you're making too much of this call. Iowa would have still had the ball. Clark could have scored. Yeah, I said that. Trust Truth. I don't know if you've been listening the whole time or what, but I literally said just that. I said Iowa had the ball. We don't know what could have happened. They could have made it 2. They could have made it 3. They could have missed the shot. They could have had it. They could have got the ball stolen. We don't know. And we don't know if Iowa still would have won or if they would have lost. We don't know. However, when you have games that have big time mistakes like this, there's always a question about what if in the minds of fans and players. And that is not a good place to be if you are a referee. That is what I'm saying. And the referee needs to make sure to fix that in the future. Trust Truth says, how many times was Clark fouled during the game and wasn't called? Refs are not the story. Yeah, sure. Yes. Every game, the referees miss a ton of calls. But with 29 seconds left to go in the game, that was a huge call to mess up on. Yes, the big factor of this game was Caitlin Clark making that huge buzzer beater shot, doing what she does. And I spent the good part of, I don't know, the first 10, 15 minutes of this live stream talking about how great that shot was and how great Caitlin Clark is. So if that's what if you're claiming that I'm ignoring that piece, I'm not. I talked about it earlier, but we have moved on, and now we're talking about the refs. So Trust Truth. Hopefully that helps you. But yeah. All right, guys. Thank you, honestly. Thank you. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Jack. Um, let's see. All right, guys. I am going to Nolan says, are you going to take a quick look at the slate of games tonight? Let's do that right now. Let's do that, and then I do want to talk about Grambling State and the history that they made. So let's first take a look at these games that are on tonight. All right, let me pull this up. All right, so here's the schedule. So Texas is playing Texas Tech right now. Now this game is, I mean, it's basically over. Texas is going to beat Texas Tech. They're winning 59-36. Yeah, looks like Looks like Madison Booker is having a pretty good game with 16 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. All right, other games include Yukon versus Creighton. So Yukon is currently beating or destroying Creighton, 74-44. Shout out to Ashlyn Shade. She's been doing really, really well lately. Really, really well lately. Shout out to Ashlyn Shade. Marquette's playing St. John's. West Virginia's playing right now against Cincinnati. Some other games to look forward to at the end of for today is this Baylor versus TCU game that is happening right now. TCU is slightly winning, 20-19. After this stream is over, I'll go back and watch the whole game. And depending on what the score is and who wins, I may or may not make a video or even go live to talk about it. I think Baylor is going to win. However, they're not going to win by a lot. I think Baylor's probably going to win by like 5 or 6. But I do think they're going to win the game, though. But TCU, y'all, TCU is here, and they're looking pretty good. So I think for sure they'll, even with the loss, they'll move up in the rankings. So yeah, those are some of the games that are happening today. Other games that have happened so far, nothing of huge note. Providence beat DePaul. Yeah, not too much to note other than the games that are happening right now. But yeah, that's your update for today. So. All right, y'all. I do want to talk about a game that happened a game that happened today. So, Kyra, the channel is do you have Big 12? If you have the Big 12, you can watch it there. If you don't have the Big 12, ESPN Plus. So hopefully that helps, Kyra. Hopefully you have either ESPN Plus or the Big 12. All right. So I did want to talk a little bit about Grambling State University and a game that they had that has gotten a lot of notoriety, y'all. A whole lot of notoriety. So let's get into this crazy line. So Grambling State women's basketball team played against a very small school. The school is called the College of Biblical Studies, and they proceeded to destroy the school. Absolutely just demolished this school. So this was the largest win in NCAA history for women's basketball. Again, this is not a typo. They won 159-18. And a lot of people on social media, they just highlight the score and they're like, wow, that's crazy. That's, that's so embarrassing, all this stuff. But I feel like a lot of people know, yes, Bree Wayne, Sedona Prince does play for TCU. Yep. A lot of people are talking about this game, but they're not talking about this actual school, the College of Biblical Studies, because I think the way that I think once you learn about this school and the way that they play basketball, you will understand kind of why they lost the way they lost. So, Grambling, I mean, I don't know how much I need to say about Grambling. Hopefully y'all are aware of Grambling. So Grambling, if you don't know, they're a HBCU school. They're in the SWAC. That means the Southwestern Athletic Conference. And, they're a pretty decent team. Not the best team in the world, but they're pretty decent. They are first in the SWAC, and they are 6-5 on the season. So yeah, they've been doing pretty well. I would say their most notable game so far this year has been a game against Minnesota. They lost 96-64, but overall, Grambling's pretty good. Grambling is pretty good. And again, or actually, I would say Bethune-Cookman is probably number one in the SWAC. But Bethune-Cookman and Grambling are towards the top of the SWAC. They're very good teams. So it's not like Grambling is a scrub team. So you look at that 141 point victory and you're like, wow, Grambling just destroyed this school, which they did. But here's a thing to note is that also I should say before we go on to really talk about the school that they played against, the previous record for points was in 2018 when Savannah State beat Wesleyan, which is Wesleyan, Georgia. They beat them 155-26. So that was the last time that a team beat another team by that high of a margin. So last time this happened was in 2018. So I do want to talk a little bit about the ambassadors because that this is what they call the College of Biblical Studies. So I wanted to show you all their website and read what's on it because I think that really shows what this team is all about. So this is the College of Biblical Studies website. This is their sports website. And so they call themselves the ambassadors. All right. And remember, this is a biblical studies school, right? And so it says, no area in life is without trials and defeat, sports included. We at CBS Houston believe in the gospel of Jesus Christ is the solution to mending defeated souls. The College of Biblical Studies Houston is seeking godly men and women who are committed to transforming their lives not only through biblical education, but through a bond that only sports can create. Now, this is not a school that is necessarily out recruiting people. This is a school that has a sports team, yes, only for basketball, by the way. They only have a women's basketball team and a men's basketball team. That's it. They don't have any other sports. And they're not looking to necessarily compete. They're looking for activity for their students to play in. Like they even have a questionnaire or their website, a recruiting questionnaire. Like this is something that I have never seen the school have. I've never seen a school have this on their website, on their sports website, a recruiting portal for players to go to join the team. And again, this is a school that is 100% all freshmen. All freshmen. Look at the roster. All freshmen. So it's not like this is the most robust team in the world. So I just wanted to make sure to make that known because a lot of people have talked about this game, but after talking about it, we still have no idea who this College of Biblical Studies team was. So I did want to just talk about that because I think what this school does is they want to use the sports team as an opportunity to just get some exercise for their students and have some sort of extracurricular activity. But I also believe that it's a way for them to be exactly what they call themselves, ambassadors. I believe as they're going to different schools, it is sure their mission to play the best that they possibly can on the court, but I also believe that a huge part of their mission of being a team is to, is to basically be ambassadors for Christ, and so I think yes, huge deal by Grambling. Shout out to them, but look at who they're playing. So I'm just saying. Seems like a great school. I mean, I don't know anything about them besides the name of it, but yeah, they're a team that no one knows about. No one's probably ever heard about before this game, and it's not the biggest deal in the world, though it does seem very very lopsided, that win. But yeah, again, look at their website. Like, this is not the most robust basketball team in the world. So yeah. And then it's a lot to coach a team that is probably not going to win any games. So shout out to Coach Patricia Lucky. I know losing to a team that bad, is definitely not something that you want to do. So shout out to Coach Patricia. Shout out to the players. It was a tough loss, and regardless of your skill level, that's it's pretty embarrassing. So shout out to them. I hope they keep their heads up. Shout out to Grambling for a good game. I haven't actually not seen video of the game. I've seen photos taken at the game, but I have not seen any video. So if anybody has any video of this game, let me know, because I really want to see if Grambling ever cut it off. If they ever said, okay, that's it, we lost. We're not gonna, like, or if Grambling said, oh, that's it, we won the game. Like, we're not gonna play y'all hard no more. We're not gonna do anything. Or if they were trying to run up the score. Like, I don't know, because I can't find any video of it. But here's the article that ESPN wrote about it. They said that they had a 34-4 lead, y'all. 34-4 lead, and the other team didn't score till 2:14 in the first quarter. So, also the College of Biblical Studies, they had 57 turnovers. They shot 18%. And overall, that's kind of bad. They also play in the Division II National Christian College Athletic Association. So they're likely not playing these top teams all the time. So yeah, I just wanted to give y'all a little bit of insight on this other team. Just so y'all were aware of the team that Grambling destroyed. But yeah, shout out to all those folks involved, because again, it doesn't feel good to be on a team that got destroyed like this. And these women who play on this team, they're doing an awesome thing. They're studying the Bible, which in my opinion is great. They just got beat. And again, this is a Division II team that played against a Division I school. There's a huge difference between Division II and Division I. I'm just saying. I am just saying. Kyra says, I hope Grambling at least had in the way backups hit. Let's hope so. Yeah. Cause that's that's a huge margin. That's a huge margin. Honestly says, man, listen, I went to a HBCU and Bible college. Nah, my Bible college is trying to win in Jesus' name. But salute to them for losing grace. Yeah, you know, yeah. Salute. This is not me trying to bash this school at all. Like, shout out to them for being willing to play and doing their best. And I'm sure they lost gracefully. Like I don't have video of it, but like, you know, yeah. Oh no, she is Bree Wayne says Aubrey Griffin injured her knee during the game today. Wow. Again, this is Yukon just has injury after injury. Wow. Written 12 says Grambling's AD needs to do some self reflection. Yeah. Well, it depends on how exactly this game came about. Like if they had their scrubs in the whole time, or their starters were in and they were just like using it as like a practice of sorts where they weren't really going as hard. Like it depends. If that was the case, then okay, well maybe I wouldn't put too much on Grambling, but it depends. All right, guys. My nose is getting way too stuffy for me to continue doing the stream, so I'm gonna call it quits. But we got that breaking news from She is Bree Wayne, so I thank you so much for letting us know that Aubrey Griffin is injured. That really sucks for UConn. Like that, it feels like it keeps happening. Uh, other news. Kels said trying to watch UConn. Okay. So if you live in Charlotte, it's showing on YouTube TV, so that's cool. Unfortunately, you can't watch that game in Chicago because I have YouTube TV and I can't watch the game. But I'll watch it. I'll watch it later and probably do some sort of update on UConn because injuries, man. I'm telling y'all, injuries is crazy. All right, y'all. I gotta go from here so I can so I get myself together. But I appreciate y'all watching this stream, y'all. This was like little to no notice, so I appreciate y'all. As always, y'all rock. I'll try to be back with a live or a video sometime later this week. Hope to go to some games this weekend, and I'll update you all on those. But yeah, guys, appreciate y'all rocking with me. Until next time, guys. Bye.